Alright, so this is about the moon, what it is, and its functions. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus 43, starting from 6. It reads, He made the moon also to serve in her season for a declaration of times. Now let's get some on the declaration of times. What time does it declare? This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 31 and verse 35. Thus saith the Lord, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinances of the moon and of the stars for a light by night. By night. So we can see here that the moon declares nights, right? And as you know, days and nights are separate. So it says the sun is a light by day and the moon is by night. This is Genesis chapter 2 and verse 3. And it reads, And God blessed the seventh day. The seventh day of what? The seventh day of the moon, or the month. How do you know this? From the full moon to the half moon, it's 7 days. So whenever you see the half moon in the sky, that is your day of rest. From the half moon to the dark moon, that's another 7 days. That's your rest day. From the dark moon to the other half moon, that's another 7 days. That's your rest day. From the half moon back to the full moon, that is your final Sabbath for the moon. So that's what it means. He sanctified it. Every 7 days, the moon changes from either full moon to half moon to black moon to full moon again. Right? Next one. Genesis chapter 1 and verse 14. It says, And God said, Let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons. What season does the moon declare? Let's go back to Ecclesiasticus 43, because we have two types of seasons, right? One, we have year tide. That's autumn, winter, spring, and summer, right? Which we know that comes from the sun, not the moon. So this is not the season it's talking about regarding the moon. It says, and a sign of the world from the moon is the sign of feast. So the season, it declares, is the different feast days that each moon carries. Like in the first moon, you're looking out for your feast of unleavened bread. The seventh moon, you look out for your trumpets and stuff like that. So that is the season. It's talking about the feast days, right? That's the one we get from the moon. Feast days. Now, back to verse 6. It says, He made the moon also to serve in her season for a declaration of times and a sign of the world. A sign. What is a sign? Let's look at the etymology of the word sign. Let's see what it is saying. Sign. A visible indication. Visible, right? A wonder, a miracle, right? A specific gesture or motion. These are things that you can see. So a sign is a visible indication, right? Now let's get some understanding of this. We're going to go to the book of Exodus chapter 12 and verse 2. It says, this month shall be unto you of months. In other words, this moon shall be unto you the beginning of moons. It, first moon of the year to you. What is the it? It is a pronoun. A pronoun takes the place of a noun. So what is the noun in this context? The moon. So it shall be the first moon of the year unto you. Now, if you were there with Moses and he's pointing at the it, because we understood that sign is a visible indication, right? What is the it that he's pointing at? When you look in the heavens, it has to be a visible indication. Can you identify a black moon in a black sky? No, you can't. This is visible. This is where everyone can see it, because it's a sign to the world, right? Now, how do you know the it is a light and not a dark? This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6 and verse 45. It reads, upon the 4th day that thou commandest that the sun should shine and the moon give her light. The reason why Moses told them it shall be a sign to you is because upon the 4th day thou commandest that the sun should shine and the moon give her light. The it that Moses was pointing at to show the Israelites was giving light. It was the moon giving light, so the Israelites could see what Moses is talking about, because it should be a sign. It should be a visible indication. Alright, so back to the book of Ecclesiasticus 43 and verse 7. From the moon is the sign of feast. We understand the feast days. A light that decreaseth in her perfection. Now, when is it perfected? When it's full, right? Now it says a light that decreaseth in her perfection. So it decreases from the full moon all the way down to the black moon. Now this is where all the philosophies came from. The month is called after her name. So after reading verse 7 and the image in the minds of the people that it decreases down to the moon now you're looking at the black moon. Then the scripture says the month is called after her name. The her in their minds is the one they read in verse 7, the black moon. No, that's not what he's talking about. The mystery is for the Hebrews, not for the other nations. The month is called after her name. What is the her? It's talking about the moon. What is the moon? The moon is a light. We just read it in 2nd Ezra. The moon is a light. We read it here also. From the moon is the sign of feast. A light. A light. The moon is not a rock. The moon is not a ball. The moon is a light. So when it says the month is called after her name, what is the her? The moon. What is the moon? A light. Is given the phase. It says increasing wonderfully in her changing, being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of the heaven. So the purpose of the moon is to do what? Is to give us our feast days, right? Is to declare nights, because you cannot use the sun to tell nights. The sun is for the days, the moon is for the night, right? So we use the moon for all those things: the new moons, the feast days, the nights, and the weeks. Those are the things that the moon declares. Alright?